For my final project, I'm doing a resume/about me page for my project using Bootstrap, JavaScript, and HTML technologies. Its use of effects, pictures, and colors makes it distinct and better than anything we've done prior. Well, like, at least better than the things I've done prior. So, so the main thing that I did with this project that I didn't do in the other projects is that I didn't like using, like, all the pictures and graphics because I didn't understand them. So, like, on my original web page, there are no pictures, there are no graphics because I just didn't know how. But now for this one, there are many sections with many different types of styles and things. And so that was one thing that was different. I put all new pictures in, but I also had to change a lot of the fonts, which I also really didn't know how to do until now. So, because when I put my own pictures in, a lot of the fonts ended up not working and not being able to be seen. And so for this one, originally, the effect that was supposed to happen was a zoom, but I didn't like that. I thought it looked silly, so I thought a flip would be much cooler, and I figured out how to do that, by looking it up, which was something that we hadn't done in class, and I thought was really cool. This section is basically the same. I put, like, my own pictures in. I changed the font. But yeah, this whole project is supposed to be like, I don't have, like, a great, like, actual resume, so I figured putting, like, the other things I've achieved might be good. And so, yeah, so I have, stuff like that, like Girl Scouts, high school, stuff I do in college. My skills, I put a lot of the skills that we learned in this class in here. But because, like I said, same thing earlier where I put my pictures in, a lot of the text didn't end up working anymore. So I had to change some of the stuff to, like, make it bolder, make the words a little different to make it fit better. Also, this section is, like, a completely different theme. Before it was a services, but obviously I'm one person, so I don't have services, so I put my skills instead. Now, this was a blog post that would give, like, timetable, like, it would tell you what day it was posted and whatnot, but I don't have a blog, I don't need a blog, so I figured this would be a really good place and a pretty layout for, like, the work that I want to show. So, like, I have, like, some of the assignments that we did, like the Bootstrap. This is my WordPress that I made for my writing class. This is the eye catcher assignment. This is JavaScript fonts. But this one is the one that's special because it is a link to a video. And so this is where I had to learn how to embed an MP4 into an HTML file because I didn't just want to link. This video is different than the one that's on my YouTube channel, and I also didn't want to link potential employers to my YouTube channel where not everything is, like, super, professional. So I picked one video, and that was tough, learning how to do that. It didn't upload right at first, and then also learning, how to orient it, how to do that. Then I linked, back to the main page. And then this one is where I took the lesson from the eye catcher and put it into the Bootstrap where my fingers follow the links, because this was, like, supposed to be statistics, but I didn't have any statistics. And then it was just the boxes that said videographer, editor, entertainer, writer. But, like, I thought that was boring. I didn't think that was a good use of space, so I ended up putting div tags to make them so when you hover over them, they make the picture follow the mouse. The couple more things I forgot to mention that are different about this project than a lot of the other projects I've done before was that I had to create an HTML for a space in the HTML for an MP4, and we had never done that, and so I really didn't know how to do it. And took a really long time, but I figured it out, and I also gave it it's not just a video on the web page, it's a video with a link back to the main web page. And then with the effect I did at the bottom at first I had to, like, test it out in a regular HTML file and then see if I could insert it into the Bootstrap template, which I was able to do. But the problem was that this was much different than the eye catcher assignment. It was a different size because it had to take up a different amount of space than the assignment we had done previous. So that was a little different. I had to create my own div tags, which I was never very good at, and I didn't like doing. But I ended up creating a lot of my own CSS files and inserting things, my own codes and stuff into JavaScript because it went from me not wanting to mess with it too much to me realizing that it wasn't going to be good enough with what the template had provided. So then another thing that I had to do that was different and better than the stuff that I had done before was that with my new div tags, I had to figure out where I could put them to where they wouldn't interfere with the div tags already in place by the template, and that was a stretch, but it ended up making it look really cool. And because when I would mess around with the div tags or the CSS files, it would affect the size and shape of things, and then I would have to go and create my own div tags to make it look better and make it look more presentable. And that's it for my project. That's about it that I've done. Okay.